Live. There we go.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Frank here for the Bakersfield Gentlemen with my brother Miguel on a cool Bakersfield day, I guess. Uh, Last week we were in higher temperatures, and now we're back to lower temperatures. It was weird.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. What do you call it? Back to not super hot. I can dig that. I need that for sure for at least another week until it becomes super hot again. So, having said that, guys, welcome to the Bakersfield Gentlemen on that first third of the month. It is literally May 1st, which feels nice. Starting off a new week, some new stuff happening in the world. Alfonso, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Joining in with us here today over on YouTube, and there is another option now over on Twitter. If you want to go check that out, guys, it is BacoGent661 is the tag. Literally just started right before this. I thought we had one already, and we do not.
I used to I used to use it as a Bakersfield one, but I kind of neglected it a lot, so I just turned it into a personal one.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
We got it going anyway. Eduardo, brother, how are you doing? Good to see you guys. Let's see. What is the plan today? I believe I'm going to be drinking some Monkey Colt coffee along with a Hecho en Las Calles, made in the streets Habano for myself. Frankie, what about you? What are you doing?
Well, first off, I want to say that we met our goal as far as getting the 25. So we're going to go ahead and add another pack of cigars. If we can sell another 10 this week of the raffle tickets, you guys, I'm going to put in the other 2 packs. So you'll get 5 packs of cigars in total.
Oh, so you get one of each?
So you'll get one of each, you guys. Then we have to sell another 10 by Sunday. Please keep that in mind. So if we can do that, I think there'll be a fun prize. If we keep reaching these goals, we'll keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more. So already you're getting 3 packs of Prize cigars, cutter, lighter, travel case, tasting glasses, and a bottle of Jack Daniel's Sinatra whiskey.
So that means I need to get a new picture for it then soon, so I can include the 3rd pack, and then another one if we reach our other goal. I like that. I don't mind taking more pictures, especially for a good reason, such as adding stuff to it. Guys, I believe Frankie was more into this than I was. The draft is over, yes? Is it good to go? Who's excited? Who's got some players on their team that they like? Let us know in the comments, or some things that you weren't expecting.
I was not expecting the Detroit Lions to get rid of DeAndre Swift. That's for sure.
That's exactly what I was expecting.
Right before the draft, Lamar Jackson closed one of the biggest deal for a quarterback ever. Patriots did a really good job getting some great defensive players that they needed out of their secondary. And of course, condolences go out to Shaquille, a player from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whose young daughter accidentally passed away. She drowned in their home at their pool.
Yeah, serious.
Very, very sad. So condolences obviously go out to the entire family. To them, it's just really, really sad.
Oh, 100%. And you don't even know what to say in those moments. Honestly,
I
don't know what to say.
You don't.
But these things do happen. It's not honestly the first time I've heard of this for a professional athlete.
Right.
It's just so. I mean, there's so many. You think like, okay, it's a small number, but what's one football team in the NFL? How many players is that alone?
53, 52,
53. Yeah, somewhere around there. Times what is it? 30 some teams, 32 teams, and that's just football alone.
That doesn't include the coaching staff, the training staff, the executive staff,
cheerleaders,
the practice squad that doesn't actually get on the team, but they still help out by practicing.
Yeah, they get paid pretty well for that too.
They do. They do get paid pretty well.
Do you make a living off of that, or does those guys have secondary jobs? You think?
I would think they'd have secondary jobs, but I have no doubt that they're bringing in like over $100,000.
Is it $100,000 to practice?
Not a practice.
No, 2 practice.
Oh, 2 practice. Yes,
I'm down for that.
You have to understand, these players are practicing to the fullest of their potential, and at the same time, trying not to hurt the other person that's actually playing in the thing. So they're expendable. You can go full force with them. They're getting hurt, whatever, no big deal.
But they can't.
But they can't hurt the other guys.
And at the same time, they have to be formidable because they have to improve the other guys.
Every week, I'm sure they're learning a new system, a new playbook from the other team that they're playing every week. And they're having to get these down fast so they can practice with whether on the defense or the offense. They're learning the offensive plays to help the defense, learning defensive plays to help the offense, and trying to plug players in that mimic players from the other team to give them the best option, the best idea of what that team's going to have come Thursday, Sunday, or Monday, whenever they play.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. That not only are they looking, just to be out there, to be bodies in front of them, they have to switch up their style. They have to switch up, the plays they're going to be running. Like you said, like on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
That brings a whole new perspective to it. Because when you have, say, an MMA or boxing, fight coming up,
Mm-hmm.
you have what is a 6 to 8 week training camp beforehand.
It depends. I mean, there's just some people that do 3 months. I mean, it really depends on who your trainer is, who your nutritionist is, who your strength and condition coach is,
But
your manager.
but my point being though that their sparring partners are usually chosen to kind of counteract whoever they're going to be going up against.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not changing every week. So that's something that I don't think it does make it easier, but it definitely gives you a little more wiggle room.
Yeah.
When you're in the training. Yeah, I did not think of how much that the practice squads have to put into it. That's an interesting touch right there. That's a very good point you bring up.
I'm gonna do a little bit of sharing if you wanna.
Yeah, sure. Let me talk about this weekend because it was a long one. Starting out Saturday night, 2 different events split us up. Cannot wait to go into more detail on those, but a big happy birthday to Virgil, a member of here at Culebras. We had an event here Saturday. I have another one this Saturday, May the 6th. Not a birthday one this time, but still a fun one nonetheless. My goodness. This is the first time we've ever had 3 events in a row for Culebras, because then the week prior was one at a member's house, and I unfortunately couldn't make that one. But it's still really cool to see this group of guys getting together and getting stuff done, coming up with new ideas for new events coming up. If you are in the Bakersfield area or even the Kern County area and you want to check it out, let us know. Get a hold of Culebras Lounge itself, or Frankie or myself. We can set up a tour or a little visitation kind of thing, have a cigar. And if you're looking for a membership to belong to, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and Paul pulls up a really good point. Is they're on that practice squad because they want to play that sport. Whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, football. I'm sure even soccer has it, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They're there for their paycheck, yes. But let's say Tom Brady was still on the Buccaneers. He goes down. He's off the roster.
Oof.
That leaves a spot open for a quarterback. Obviously, they already have their backup and their secondary quarterback ready to go. But what happened with the Patriots is Brady goes down, Garoppolo goes down, and they're left with the third string. So they had to pull people off the practice squad to replace, to be on call just in case. I forget his name, man. Oh my gosh, on the tip of my tongue. In case he goes down, you never know how many players you're going to need. So having those backups, even on the practice squad, like he says, they have a chance to get bumped up if they do their jobs well, if they're noticed by the coach, and if there needs to be a spot that needs to be filled.
That's interesting. I forgot about that situation. Tom, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in here. No, they have to be formidable in the game. And if you love the game that much and you're willing to stick it out, and again, you're still making money, but it's not just the money for these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of things are just the money, but that's a very difficult sport or profession to be in where it's just about the money. Travel time, you're looking at, especially for the active team itself. I'm sure I don't think the practice team goes everywhere with them.
No.
But you're still looking at giving up a lot of your life for a very small window of career. Like, you're not going to be doing this 20 some years. You're not. How long was Brady playing for? That's probably some of the longest careers right there, right?
21, 22 years.
That's the absolute top, basically.
Oh, absolutely.
There's not very many. You probably have some 2 or 3 guys who went longer for a bit longer, but not in his position, or at least his not position on the field. I mean, position is in his status of the game. And then Robert checking in too. Mike checking in. Good to see you guys. Happy 1st of May to all of you out there. I am very excited for this next month. There's a lot of good stuff coming up.
Well, obviously we go excited for this month. Tomorrow happens to be his birthday. So
that's true. Very true.
Miguel said if you guys want to do anything for his birthday, buy a raffle ticket.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Yes, celebrate my birthday by getting yourself a raffle ticket and a chance to win a bottle of Jack Daniel's Sinatra, which, again, I don't know if you guys heard about when we're talking on Friday, I think. Friday or at the event on Saturday. I don't remember. Either way, the damn things are going way up in price. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's hurting my head going up. But it's still a really great bottle. So if you can find it in your area at a good price, I would get it. But if you're not willing, if you don't want to worry about the hunt, you don't want to worry about price gouging right away, get a raffle ticket. $25, you're good to go.
Mhm.
2 of them, and you get a chance to win a second round of cigars.
Yep. And back to the events on Saturday. So when Miguel was here at the club in a beautiful air conditioned building, I was out with Joe over the Kern County Museum outdoors for the Get It Lit event. And basically, what it is they take old neon signs from Bakersfield and they put them up in the Kern County Museum outside, and they recondition them, they fix them up, they paint them, put new neons, whatever it needs, and they have a place to display all of them. It's beautiful. It's really cool to see all these old neon signs from all around Bakersfield. You had the Stinson sign. You had geez, what else did you have? Come on, I took a I have to look at it. A lot of old food signs they had from the Far East Chinese food. Um, just a bunch of signs from old businesses here in Bakersfield. And unfortunately, though, like I said, last week was hot, and it was still hot. Um, and I made the mistake of wearing my smoking pants. You haven't seen my smoking pants; they're white, and I was sweating a lot. And so uh, I sweat a lot more than most people. So I was constantly asking Joe, check my ass. She's like, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. And I thought it was going to be more of a dressed up situation. That's why I wore my nice pants and shoes and shirt. There's people there in shorts and t-shirts, and I was like, if it gets too hot, I'm gonna go change into basketball shorts because I had them in the car.
Smart.
But fortunately for us, the event went well. I didn't get too overheated. When the sun went down, it felt a lot better. I had a couple margaritas, a couple Diet Cokes, a couple of waters, and I was fine. And it was a good event, good outturn. Um, they raised some money for
Museum.
the museum, which was great. Always like to help that place out, and I had a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, I kind of wish I could have seen it. I'm not gonna lie; it seems like it was a good time. I'm also glad I was here, though. As you said, it was a seed, a lot of cigar smoking happening, a packed crowd. I think there was like,
It's right in your face, huh?
yeah, right there, but that's all right. Like maybe 25 of us at one point. Just smoking in the lounge, enjoying life, good conversations, meeting new people. It was a really fun time, and I am looking forward to this Saturdays as well because they just get better and better as we go along. And as I said before, a lot of the guys are trying to think of new ideas on what to do. I think one idea was a golf tournament being pushed around, or kind of trying to mainstream that idea or streamline it. I am not a golfer, but I can make a fool of myself for a tournament for one time. Not a big deal. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Hanging out with
Yeah.
everybody. Again, cigars, drinks out on the nine. I'm good for that.
That sounds good to me too. I have no problem with that. And then on Sunday, we were over at Rio Bravo Country Club for their farmers market. They welcomed us back, so we went out again,
Yes.
and they grew just like they are hoping. They want to grow, and they are starting to grow, which is beautiful. They had quite a few more booths this time, which is fantastic. I want to see that thing continue to grow. People were buying cigars, which is great.
Yes.
I couldn't have asked for a better time. We had a perfect spot. Well, when we were setting up until about halfway through the event, the trees were blocking the sun. Once the sun started to go, we just simply angled the canopy perfectly, and it worked out fantastic. So, all in all, it's a great event. If you're in Bakersfield and you want a spot to sell whatever you do, whether you make something, like trinkets or whatnot, or you have your own farmers market produce stuff, or you make food, get a hold of them. Spots are $20 unless you do food. I think it's a bit more if you do food because you need a wider spot. But
Yeah.
regular 10x10 is $20, and it's well worth it.
Yeah, it was a really fun event. A lot of people there. The live music really stepped it up from last
The
time.
band was so good. I gave them a pack of cigars afterward. They were so good.
It was a lot of it was a lot of fun. It really livened it up with them being there. The main guy kind of emceeing the whole thing. Damon doing his raffles, and we threw in a pack of cigars, and everyone else threw in different stuff.
It was funny though. We had gotten a suggestion from this lady named Fuzzy who comes to Cigars and More.
Yep.
She said, you guys have a seating area to sit down and smoke? Like, we didn't even think of that. So this time we took a large table to put the displays and stuff on, and a small table with an ashtray and a few chairs around it. And she actually came out, sat down with us, had a cigar, and another guy by the name of Stu, I believe it was, right?
Yeah, met him for the first time there, I believe.
Yeah, he bought some cigars, and then he came back, sat down, and smoked with us and Fuzzy. And he actually had a ball python. It looked albino, but it wasn't albino.
Yeah.
It was cookies and cream colored.
Yeah, he there was a very specific name for it. I gotta remember. I gotta ask
Yeah,
him if
but
I
it
can
was
get a hold of him.
because that was albino, but it wasn't.
Nope.
It was a specific cookies and cream colored snake, ball python, and it was really cool. Just chilling around him. Didn't want to touch it too much because I don't do snakes. But his wife actually won the raffle that we put up, so that was pretty cool. That someone we
Yeah.
knew was gonna smoke him actually won it. So congratulations to him and his wife. She actually won a bonsai tree as well, I believe.
Yeah, she won 2 prizes. And then I got some chicken hearts from her because they do pet snacks, dog snacks and stuff. So I thought that was really
Should I
cool.
eat chicken hearts?
Well, these I don't think you can eat these ones anymore. They are
Oh,
especially treated for the dogs. But I would not be against it either because they look delicious. But they literally make their own like the chicken feet rawhide basically, and a lot of those kind of products.
that's cool.
I thought it was impressive. And then
Woo.
she'll works with 2 other vendors for like it is a CBD infused like dog shampoo for when like the fireworks and stuff comes along. Apparently helps calm them down for
Interesting.
those situations. So I thought that was kind of interesting, yeah. And then the bandanas for the dogs, you know, they always have those different ones. So
Are you what gang they're in?
yes, the dog gangs, yes. You got to be careful with that. They are very territorial and they'll pee all over your territory. That's what dogs do. But no,
Dogs
I
do.
for one person to correlate that many people together, and that was really cool. Or coordinate, excuse me.
Jeff, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? The
Where,
Burbank
Jeff,
Airport.
where are you
Now
up
where are
to
you
now?
going? Yeah.
Where are you at? Jeff, you need to start your own podcast or daily vlog and call it Travels with Jeff.
Where's Jeff going?
Yeah.
Or where the hell's Jeff? Go with that one. Oh yes, it is. Yeah, that's another good reason why
We
it's
are
May.
24 days away from traveling out to Texas for Texas Frightmare. I'm really excited. Yeah, I can't tell you guys. You know, it's gonna be a new experience. You know, it's a new location, a new part of Texas that we're going to. I mean, albeit not too far from where we're used to. Um, it's just gonna be a lot different. So we're looking forward to it.
It's like we could go to everything we usually go to still, right? Like,
Yeah.
we could literally go to the Hyatt still if we wanted, although it's under construction if I remember correctly. So not so much. Coming back from Fort Worth and change of plans, I go back to Oakland, to the Oakland airport. Ah, okay.
You should have postponed your trip a few weeks. We'll be in the Fort Worth area at the end of the month.
Yep. But sometimes you can't help those things. I get it. No worries. But that does not stop you from enjoying some very good cigars. I'm again having our Habano right now for those just joining us. It is the Hecho en las Calles Habano wrapper over Dominican Piloto binder. Lajero, Pennsylvania Lajero, Cameroon, and Dominican fillers. While Frankie is having the Lucky You, which is our Connecticut, same blend, different wrappers. So if you guys want to try those out, you're gonna get an idea what they taste like. But the wrappers make such a big difference, which we've always talked about that across a number of cigar companies, number of sizes, a number of blends, a number of aging processes. The blends are so fixated on the wrappers, it's crazy. And you really can't tell how much of a difference that is when you try these guys out, how much it changes the entire experience. Yeah. Good to know this makeup for this. Yeah, Eduardo, we were just talking about that. Shoot. But I do like his point when he brings it up. If you don't know what it is and you still like it, that's when you know you can hide the mystery a little bit. But I always like to share that information because there's nothing we're hiding behind. There's nothing we're not going to tell you guys.
Hey, there's Joe.
There is Joe. We're just making fun of her.
I did not think she would ever watch the show again because, as I told people before, Joe, I had you on constant ass watch in case I sweated through my pants.
Yeah, she told me about that. You were very obsessed with that. It's like, oh, God.
Well, it's happened to me before. I'm not gonna lie. We were at Lord Puffer's of all things on our first Fuente Fever, and I wore a light pair of pants. And stupid me, summertime, San Diego. I know I sweat a lot, and I was sitting down, so a pool's there, and I was like, "Yo, check me out." He's like, "Oh, dude, don't stand up." And I was like, "Oh shit."
It was not the best.
It was bad.
We'll go not the best. That's my reaction to that. What is about? What do you call it? The choke. Yeah, we didn't even mention that, Joe. But Frankie did rat you out once I saw him at the end of that night. Joe choked on her cigar. She coughed. She coughed hard. Don't inhale. Don't inhale. Relax and just a little bit. Taste it. Let it out. Don't inhale. For Jeff, I went to the cigar lounge in Fort Worth and met a guy that lived in my hometown of Tracy. That is awesome.
That is a small world.
Yeah.
Because Tracy's not that big of a town.
It is not. It is not.
But that's cool though. You meet someone from where you're from.
We're all connected,
Mm-hmm.
little by little.
But Joe, if you want to talk about the Get It Lit event, if you had a good time, if you thought it was a good event, I will say, I don't know if it was Joe's fault or not. I cannot confirm or deny, but we took, excuse me, 7 boxes of no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes of cigars. And usually when it's you and I, we do it. We're down to the last few. We have maybe 5 or so left that we're giving them back. This time, we only handed out 2 boxes. We had full box. A couple were taken from this box, a couple taken from this box. We put all together. They were still going to have been full boxes.
It's true.
I mean, it was so weird that we didn't give out that many cigars.
I think
it could have been the event itself. There were some children there. There's a handful of children there. It could have been that those people just weren't smokers. But the people that did smoke, they loved it. We had a couple come up to us, never had a cigar before. They were vapors. And we got them a cigar. And Joe, she actually messaged me the very next day that they enjoyed them that night and they loved them.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Those are the best moments, especially at events like that when maybe they weren't even expecting it, and then it's just a nice surprise, and then you find something that you can enjoy later on. Let them know, the lounges in town, no matter which one they go to, as long as they're trying new cigars, it's good in my book. What do you call it? Joe needs a any last words blend. Well, only because Miguel wasn't there. The difference is, before I get into, I want to see. I agree with Paul. I would immediately flip on Frankie. If we're being interrogated, I would just tell him it's all his fault. He has the information. I was against it the entire time, whatever it might be, and it might be as simple as a noise violation. Like, nope, this is his plan.
In my defense, Paul, no matter whose fault it was, no matter what information they needed, no matter what secret password or whatever, I would always blame Miguel. So take that as you will.
We call it for Joe's any last words. Oh my God, that got me. It'd be a funeral cigar. That would be perfect. I actually would not mind that. I don't know why that's not a thing. It's a celebration of their life still. Then you could put like a little footband with their name on it or something, and then you'll have one last one for that person.
That's what I want.
I think that's a good idea. Joe, get on it. You have to make that happen now. But back to why you guys didn't give away as many cigars is because I wasn't there. I'm the one who does most of the work like that. I'm chip chopping it up. I'm razzling, I'm dazzling, I'm wheeling, and I'm dealing.
I will also say this is the first time they charged for a cigar. Only VIP got a free cigar. If you weren't VIP, they were $10 each.
How big was the event itself, too?
They said about 400 people.
What do you think?
I think closer to 300.
So about 300 people. Again, the VIPs will get one just because they can get one. So that doesn't really count. You look at the other group of people, which would be, I'm guessing, a third were VIP. The rest were not.
Well, here you go. We sold 4 cigars.
Sold 4 cigars.
So people weren't willing to pay for them.
That's
and that this is the first event. Again, I remind you guys, first event that they're paid that you have to pay for. The other events we've done, the golf tournaments and whatnot, the dinners, they're already paid for. You get a complimentary cigar if you want one. I think that was a big key factor.
That makes sense.
That and the fact that every time someone reached one, Joe started growling.
Oh yeah, she does do that. I've seen it. She slaps a couple scars at hands. Uses the what do you call it? Torch on them.
She had some salt too.
Sorry, salt people. Yep, that does sound like Joe. And when you're salting people in the heat, it's not good. It's not good. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, we did well on Sunday. We sold quite a few cigars, and a few guys from last time, or even recognized us from some of the golf tournaments, came up and said hello and whatnot. I really appreciate that. So now it's a matter of seeing if people want to try them again. That's one of those big things. Let me get this on screen because my eyes are being better now. It's a body cigar, little earth flavor. What do you call it? A little an actual coffin for each one. So you just get a box of I guess 8 at that point because the other coffins fit very well. The coffins in your head, I think everyone can picture that slightly non-rectangular shape. What is that called? It's not an octagon or a oh my gosh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a hexagon in a rectangle shape, basically. that shape. But we all know the normal shape for a like stereotypical casket.
Yeah.
That's what they'd have to come in. I think that would be awesome.
You know, like the old school coffins where they had the glass, you can see the face. You do it around the band, so you can see the band.
Oh, I like
Little
that.
plastic right there.
Oh, yes, yes. Or hear me out, Richard. I think you'd know what I'm talking about right away. Return of the Living Dead, where each one's on a little canister. So it'd be a short guy. It'd be like petite Corona size, and then when you take it out, the little instead of a footband or regular band, you have a little zombie face on the top of your cigar. You got to cut it off.
Now, Jeff, we have given out cigar holders before. They simply clip onto the front of the golf cart, and they have another clip where you can hold your cigar.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea if a golf company, or not a golf company, golf country club, were to purchase a couple for every golf cart and somehow secure them so that you can't just take them home with you. I think that'd be a good investment on their part. You know, maybe like find a way to zip tie them to the cart, or I can't weld them because they're plastic, but you know, somehow some way to secure them, maybe a screw through it or something. I think that'd be a good investment for them. I think that'd be really cool and an extra bonus to show that they care about their golfers.
I like that. Actually, Paul, I did not know that. That is an intense job right there. That's got to be. And that's the ones I was thinking of, the hexagon shape. I just couldn't think of I don't know why I couldn't think of the word for some reason. But that more in movies more often too, when you think back to old school caskets, you definitely picture the hexagon first.
I also would like to be staged post-mortem Victorian pick style in a lounge chair with a cigar. Everybody comes take pictures with me.
Oh, nice. That sounds terrifying.
Remember that guy on the motorcycle and the guy in the boxing ring?
Boxing, yeah. It was a Southern American thing.
Yeah.
Or South America thing. Funny, Paul, you counsel, I was dropping a level. Oh my gosh. You could also put cigars in the urn shape container. Like the one. Oh, that's not a bad idea either.
Wait. Go back. Do that again. Also put cigars
in an urn shaped container. So instead of
I read that wrong. I thought you meant put it in the urn with the ashes, and like you're infusing the body with the cigar.
What do you call it?
So, oh my god, I read that way wrong.
That person never leaves you because you smoke them every time.
I read that way wrong.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna ignore what that just happened. Cemetery for 9 years. That's impressive. That is impressive right there. But what was I gonna say? The only person who does something similar to that, and it's not even that similar, would be, I think Viaje does their zombie antidote, and they put it in a jar with a label, like a prescription label. I thought was hilariously awesome. The urn is a whole new level. That would be, I would love to see that in a cigar lounge. That would be cool. Our funerals are coming up. Nope.
Oh yeah. Joe had a really good idea because Joe and I are the same age, and we're just a few months apart. I think 7 months apart,
something like that. Yeah,
something like that. I'm at the beginning of the year. She's at the end of the year.
Yeah, Joe has a birthday,
so
yeah.
You know, she always asks me after I turn a certain age what it's like, so she could prepare herself for it. But she had a few great ideas for our 40th, and I like them.
Well, can you mention any of them, or is
no,
gotta play it close to the chest?
Yeah, play it close to the chest.
Right. First idea I think is not break your hip. That'd be a great 40th because you guys are old as hell. Another one, stock up on prunes and prune juice so you stay regular because you're old and your bowels aren't working no more. Go to the doctor because you're gonna have to start getting your prostate checked at 40. That's your future right there. Boom, because you're old. I love this. I love this a lot. Actually, it's a good episode right now. Funny things, I worked in the Jewish cemetery and an Orthodox one, and the Orthodox ones would lower and fill in the graves themselves, but we always dug it. Okay, wow. I've never been to an Orthodox funeral.
I've never been to a Jewish
funeral. No.
I've always been a Christian or Catholic.
It's always Catholic, yeah. It's because our family. A lot of family that's Catholic, and then loved ones that are maybe not blood related, but that we cared about. The funerals we went to were all Catholic. I'd never really thought. You always think about traditions while we're still here. You know how to celebrate certain holidays, which ones we don't celebrate together, but still kind of like, hey, I hope you have a good time. Doing your thing. You don't think about the end of it, and that's a really important tradition across the board for any community, whether
Yeah.
it's seen as a time of mourning or a time of celebration for the life. Well, some cultures where white, see it as a happy moment, like we're all together to
Yeah,
celebrate this
because
person.
we had gone to a funeral for a friend of ours, and they wanted everybody to wear bright colors. Oh, everybody wear bright this, bright that. I was like,
It's hard to
I
do
can't
for
do
you,
that. I've
yeah.
always grown up, we wear all black or all black with a white shirt. It's always black, black, black. And the best I could do is I wore a purple shirt. I think you wore green or yellow or something.
Metamucil and ensure for Frankie. He needs a lot of it. Uh, glow stick life alerts. Nice. Now we're getting there. What do you call it? And a lot of icy hot bandages and vitamins. Reverse mortgages are actually going to be coming real popular. So we're going to start pushing those on life insurance just for the audience that Frankie
You guys are
attracts.
messed up.
And then my group of people who are still young and virile and still have a whole life ahead of them of 8 years. Which is still upsetting because sometimes people will confuse us. Like, oh, you guys are like what, a year apart?
Yep.
Oh, what, you're not the older brother? I'm like, just because he's that immature does not make me look that much
I just
older.
look youthful.
I don't know about any of
Yep.
that. I don't know about that at all. Before I reach my cigar. Yes, that'd be a great shirt.
That would be an awesome
Oh
picture.
my
I'm
God.
picturing in my head right now.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna do a whole series of stupid shorts now with the trust the process. Because if you look on the band, it is an executioner. That's the end of it for you right there. So it's gonna be a bunch of oh gosh dang it. I'm gonna go in comments. I adjusted the family's customs. I thought it can be weird. Like I don't get going out for lunch and dinner afterwards. I also still have a trouble
I
with the reception part myself.
I don't. I mean, it's kind of like another way just to um comfort the family, kind of a thing. I don't know if you guys do it, but for us, we take turns, making dinner for the family for like next couple weeks,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. And I think the reception is just another way for them to, um, be around family for a while longer without being at the gravesite.
Yeah, I get that, but I also like I'm never really like wanting to eat
And,
after that
and if you're
moment.
like our brothers and sisters, to break the playgrounds.
That is not well, yeah, they did do that. We were at a few yeah. We'll go to that another time.
We had a funeral 2 weeks ago, and they
That
broke the slide.
that's a whole other story we will go into another day. Uh helped with an Aboriginal funeral that was 24-hour process at the gravesite. Okay, I stuck it out the
Wow,
entire 24 hours. That is an experience right there.
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, we got to get you on to talk about that alone right there. See what we can
This
plan
is
for.
any last words kind of a show right
That
there.
might be, yeah, it might be. You need to talk to Joe about that, but we'll get Frankie on so he can know what to prepare for.
I'm not Aboriginal.
Yeah, but you're old enough. Yeah, 40 plus the backache and knee pop. Yes, there we go. Which is funny because I'm the one with the back problems.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough of the getting old talk.
How about some good
Interesting
stuff?
topic that
Yeah.
came up on Facebook earlier. Davidoff is in possible negotiations to sell,
Yep. STG strikes again.
and that was my first guess as well. STG. They're buying up brands left and right, and if what I was told was true, the brands that they bought now already is not even a drop in the bucket of what they're able to spend.
Yeah.
So you would figure if that's true, 72 million for Alec Bradley and whatever they paid for Room 101, Davidoff will make a dent, but will nowhere near fill the bucket.
No, I think because you're not just looking at Davidoff. You have Camacho, you have the
Avos,
Avos,
yep,
the
all that stuff.
gosh dang it, Xeno.
Mhm.
Is it Xenoplot?
Xenomorphs, yeah.
Xenomorph. No, yeah, Xenomorph. Thank you. Xenomorphs. Yes, you have the Klingons.
San Cristobal.
Is that under them too?
Mhm.
Okay, but that's quite a few brands in the Davidoff portfolio that wherever it's going, you better take care of them. Because I feel like as much I love Alec Bradley, I don't feel like you're gonna mess up Alec Bradley
Mhm.
moving one side to the other, especially when they still have Bradley. helping with the marketing side. And I believe Alan Rubin is now working with the PCA. So he's still in the industry. He's not going anywhere.
Right. No. Yeah. He's doing that. Bradley is basically brand ambassador now
Yeah.
for Alec Bradley.
Yeah. The family's still there, and the blends are great as long as they don't tweak them too much to fit new demands. They have plenty of good head on their shoulders. Forged is going to do really well with them, I think. Davidoff, on the other hand, I can't see a way to mess with the Davidoff product at all and not lose quality. It's really good as it is. And a lot of guys out there disagree with me on that. I think Davidoff is probably, when we ask the question of what's your go-to like high-end expensive stick, it usually goes like Fuente, Padron, Davidoff. I think yours is opposite. Yours is Fuente, Davidoff, Padron in that category, if I remember correctly.
No, mine's Atabay first.
I'm talking about those three though.
Oh, those three. Then yeah, Fuente, Padron, Davidoff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to lose.
Even though I like the late hour, the Winston Churchill, and the Nicaragua from Davidoff, I like those. The 26, in my opinion, is way better than those three cigars. So that's why I go Padron.
That's very fair. I love the 26 as well. You think it's good or bad for the industry in general?
I think it's bad. I mean, if one company's gonna start buying up all the other companies, we're gonna be left with Altadis, STG, and
Scandinavian Tobacco Company.
That's STG.
That's oh no, sorry, what's the other one? Oh my gosh. There's one more big guy who owns a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Drew Estate, although Drew Estate's owned by Swisher, so
that's Swisher. That's the other one I was looking for.
That's a whole other.
There's only going to be a few companies owning all the other companies, so I think that's bad. I mean, hopefully the boutiques won't suffer. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, look at the beer industry. I mean, how many of them are owned by the same people? Look at and there's still so many great craft breweries out there, and that's across the world. It's a little different for tobacco, obviously, because there's only certain growing regions that can sustain what they do at breweries.
But also California's not actively trying to ban beer.
No, they'll never do that. Not again. They already tried that once.
Mm-hmm.
All of America tried that, and it didn't work. Is it going to work out for them here? No, I don't think so. There's so many cigar smokers. There's so many lounges, so many stores that sell cigars. We're not in danger of losing them altogether yet, but we're slowly eroding where we can and what we can buy. It's ridiculous. It's crazy talk, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being that bad a thing. The bigger guys consolidate. The smaller guys continue to do what they're doing and grow.
Well, here's the thing, though, and you guys please answer in the comments as well. You acquire Davidoff, all their farms, all their fields, all their storage and aging rooms, the rollers,
the lounges.
I'm just talking about the making of the cigar part. Mm-hmm. So, and they also have Alec Bradley. Mm-hmm. Just to take one of the ones that they also own now. Alec Bradley wants to make a new cigar. Are you going to give them access to Davidoff stuff or not?
It's their stuff if they own the both.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. But that will affect Davidoff production. So would you let the other companies that you've purchased share resources, come up with new cigars?
Oh,
and
Tozen.
Yeah, and possibly jeopardize production of another brand, and perhaps bring that down a bit.
I don't.
How would you go about justifying letting them use some of their higher end stuff to make new stuff?
I don't see that happening right away, but that seems like a problem for their future, depending on whose ideas come from where and what direction they decide to go in. If they want things to become collaborations, or if they're going to keep them separate but under the same umbrella, just like, I don't know, what do they have right now under Forged? I think Chillin' Moose is in there and stuff. Like, I think you can make a really fun
Diesel.
Yeah, you can make a really fun Chillin' Bradley. It'd be hilarious.
Now Eduardo said that his biggest concern is that boutique brands could get pushed out.
That's up to us.
Yeah,
that's up to the market. Like, no matter how many companies they buy and they put together, they're not going to buy all of the farms out there. They can't buy all the factories. There are so many and doing some really great work. Don Doroteo has their own, and that brand, they've been making tobacco for a very long time. They've been producing tobacco for generations. But Don Doroteo's new as far as a brand goes. I don't see them selling out anytime soon because they know they have something really wonderful going on. El Septimo pretty much has what sort of vertical integration across the board.
Septimo's a unique issue.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's options out there. And at some point it is a business too. Like the in every business there should be an exit strategy. Like at what point are you willing to sell and sail off into that sunset, you know? And I hope a lot of these guys have that, not because they're not doing a fantastic job, but because they deserve, that end time fruits of their labor. Like if Skip decided to pick up and sell right now, I'm sure he would get a buttload for Romacraft, him and Rosales, and they would deserve it. But I hope they don't anytime soon, obviously. But I'm not going to fault them for it. Foundation doing amazing things. Oh my goodness. Foundation is doing some wonderful things. And the passion is there. So I don't see, as long as we continue to buy sticks from these different places that you like, they can get squeezed out because they also have the personal relationships with the buyers, with the stores, with the liquor stores, with the lounges that continue to support them. They support each other. And I think that makes more money than just going straight to the big guys and buying.
Well, here's another thing though that kind of adds to Eduardo's issue is people like that aren't like Don Doroteo that don't own their own fields. They get their tobacco from the bigger guys. Now this bigger guy's like, hey, I can't sell it to you because I just bought 5 new companies. I wanted to make sure they have all the tobacco that they need. All of a sudden, this boutique brand's got to go somewhere else. They can't make their same blends, or they have to tweak them somehow. And production's halted because they have no more materials. And 6 months later, they're out of business.
I don't see that being a problem either for 2 reasons. One, they're already doing those ideas that you're thinking of because they are already making all those cigars that we're talking about. Like Alec Bradley, it doesn't need more from these guys just because they went to a different company. They're obviously going to get more, but these guys aren't going to sit on their laurels and like, oh, now that we have Alec Bradley, we're going to only supply them. They'll take care of both customers because they're making money. Like you're not going to just stop selling to another guy because you have another company. You want his money too.
You might though, because you want to make sure your company flourishes first. If that company makes more money for you, why are you going to sell it to these people? And so you're not going to make as much off of them.
I see the cash flow situation being more important than just bumping up your own numbers because if it's coming in from this guy and this other guy, like you have 3 guys buying your tobacco over here and you're trying to bolster up one new brand, I don't see that being enough to start saying no to these guys.
Oh, it's easy enough because you're selling them tobacco once every time they need it, as opposed to giving this guy your tobacco who you own, who's going to make the cigars for you. You get the profits. So you lose none of it. You get the money for the tobacco and the money for the sales, as opposed to just the tobacco whenever they need it.
Yeah. Well, also companies move farms quite often. It's talked about very, very often.
And I don't think you could ask Joe Biden anything.
Wait, let's go to that comment.
He's not going to know what the hell you're talking about.
Let's ask Joe Biden. Should we ask for more from the higher end to give to the lesser tier? Well, one of his quotes was, if you believe in something and you're going to do it and, passion, there's, and the things, and it's good. I remember that quote very well. He did a very good job with that speech. I believe he was talking about the inflation rate. So say what you will, but the man is just really good with word. And by word, I mean one at a time and really trying to think of what word he's trying to think of.
No, he's not.
So many moments where he's like, well, that word sounds good there, and we'll put that word there. And it's an ad lib of a presidential speech. Who does not like that? Who would not want to hear random words being put into orders that don't make sense with the question? It's a wonderful situation. So Biden doing just great. No, I don't want a kazoo cigar. Call it chicken vacuum toaster confetti. That's basically half his speeches right there lately, or half of his answers to questions. I know one that keeps getting thrown around. I forget what interviewers asking about the inflation rate. It's at 8.3, and jobs have been falling off the market a bit lately. and people are honestly shocked about their grocery bills as of late. And then he goes like, well, let's put this into perspective. It only went up 0.1% from last month. And like, but it's at 8 point. It's like the highest it's been in a very, very long time. I think they said like 40 years. But it's not like it skyrocketed. But that's what the skyrocket's already there. You're just not skyrocketing more. But well, we get that. And just politics hurt my head. What I will say is I'm not afraid that these guys aren't going to have enough tobacco. Well, we've seen a huge boom in cigars lately. Honestly, from the time of COVID, people had that a little time to be at home. There was a little bit extra cash in people's pockets from what we should have been using for other stuff. But hey, buy what you want to buy. And they tried out a new product, or people went and tried more of what they already loved. And the companies are still riding that wave. There are back orders that are being rolled right now and filled. There are new companies being brought up and doing really well. Look at Family Through Loyalty. Look at Apostate. We're trying our best, fingers crossed. And that's just a couple of things that I can mention off the top of my head. Rebellion cigars, I really want to try out and get them on the show. Freaking Drunk Chicken was before, but they're doing even better since. The amount of cigars that are being made should go up. And the quality is definitely there because there are a lot of people in the industry right now with generational experience and the passion to keep it going, where I feel that we may know about certain farms and certain factories that get talked about more than others, but that's not the end all be all because there's so much good tobacco being made and taken very well care of that, yeah, like you said, they might have to change farms to work with, but they can find good tobacco. Might not be exactly what you're looking for, but it's going to be on par. And I think that's a really good thing.
Okay. And with that, I think that's a good spot to stop, you guys. We'll pick up back up possibly Wednesday when we have more information on who's going to be sold and who's being the buyer. We'll talk a little bit of NHL and NBA playoffs. Maybe get into a bit to the regular season of baseball because we will be one day removed of watching our own Dodgers play. Hopefully they'll win.
Crossed. What was I going to say? It would be wonderful if out of left field, it's Endeavor who buys them. Endeavor, guys who just bought WWE, they own UFC. They get into
That's a partnership, though.
No, they own them now, though. They bought
partnership.
Endeavor bought WWE.
It's a partnership.
It's not a partnership. They own them. They own Vince McMahon now. Even after he dies, he's contractually obligated to be out at events. All right.
He pulls quads.
Yeah. Oh God, no, not again. We'll let his son do that from now on. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think it's a good spot to end it, guys. Thank you so much for watching with us.
Don't forget to support our sponsors of the show, Artista Cigars. Give that Buffalo 10 a try. The way I put it is, if you want a budget-friendly cigar and you had the Charter Oak, try this. It's a ramp up in flavor and strength. Fantastic cigar. Also, Cigar Heritage Festival. Probably making a little bit of videos here in a minute for them. Start promoting that. This is going to be at the end of the year again. Don't want to miss it. It's a fun event. It's a fun weekend, actually. And we will see you guys on Wednesday.
Yes, and Frankie's new sponsor, Metamucil. They will definitely be making more of a proactive experience here on the show. I think they'll enjoy that as well. Yeah, check out all the links in the description, guys. Help us out. If you'd like to sign up for the Patreon, the Facebook supporter group, or try out the cigars, all the links are there in the description, along with Monkey Cult Coffee. Join the cult. And everything else you might be willing to try. It's all there in the description.
Don't forget to take a look at Cigars for Warriors, Cigar Rights of America.
100%.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Have a good one, guys.